Hello, Houston Texans fans. Today we have exclusive news that you can't miss. So get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Houston Texans. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to those who are most passionate about the team. Now, without further ado, let's go straight to today's news. Texans expected to land electric weapon in NFL draft. The Houston Texans will have an interesting decision ahead of them with their 25th pick in the 2025 NFL draft. The Texans roster is one with standout talent on both ends of the field, and that's evident by their 10-7 finish and 2 playoff wins over the past 2 seasons. However, holes around a 53-man roster remain to hold this team back from their Super Bowl ceiling, and with that, their first-round pick becomes even more important to adding young, inexpensive talent to get closer to that ultimate goal. And with an unpredictable class of prospects to unpack in the coming weeks, the Texans could have a chance to get lucky with a faller on the board when the draft arrives in less than 2 weeks. That's exactly how things played out in the latest NFL mock draft from NFL.com analyst Bucky Brooks. In Brooks' 2.0 mock draft, the Texans came up with a strong answer to their questions about the wide receiver room by going with Luther Burden with their 25th overall selection. If the Texans don't keep Stephon Diggs, the impending free agent who is still recovering from a torn ACL suffered in late October, the Missouri standout will be a perfect replacement as a catch-and-run specialist, Brooks said. For a team that will have a fair amount of concerns to address at the receiver position this offseason, leaning on both Stephon Diggs' free agency and Tank Dell's uncertain health, receiver will be high on Houston's list of priorities to address in the coming months. Taking one of the top prospects at the position with a top 25 pick provides a strong confidence boost. Burden had a solid year at Missouri last season for his junior campaign, recording 61 receptions, 676 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. At 5'11" and with elite athleticism and ball skills, he has the wherewithal to hold down the fort in the slot as a dangerous option alongside Nico Collins, and could remain a factor in the offense for the foreseeable future. Between improvements at the receiver position, upgrades to the offensive line, or even making some adjustments elsewhere on the roster, the Texans will have their hands full when weighing what to do with their first rounder this year. But if Burden is in contention when his time comes in Houston, he'll be worthy of close scrutiny. The NFL draft will begin on Thursday, April 24th in Green Bay. NFL source confirms that negotiations between the Texans and Deebo Samuel are heating up. After yet another playoff berth that ended in early elimination, the Houston Texans are in an offseason that needs to improve if they want to compete in 2025. Some might argue that the Texans should take drastic action, which wouldn't be out of question. Houston has made bold moves in recent years, whether it's moving back up and drafting Will Anderson or going out and getting Stephon Diggs. Nick Caserio isn't afraid to do what it takes to win, and it looks like that trend isn't going to change. At the NFL Combine, we heard and saw tons of rumors and reports popping up about potential player movement, as is a norm during this week each year. One of the biggest names that could be on the move is San Francisco 49ers wideout Deebo Samuel. According to Fox Sports NFL insider Jordan Schultz, the 49ers have reached out to the Texans about a potential trade. Texans will have competition for Deebo Samuel trade. Not only did Schultz note that the Texans are willing to make an offer for Samuel, but the Washington Commanders are also among the most active in trying to get a deal done. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Denver Broncos are also in the running, according to the report. But Schultz noted that the Texans and Commanders are considered the most aggressive in the pursuit. Samuel, 29, has found himself in trade rumors over the past year or so, but now he's made his request official. San Francisco General Manager John Lynch appears likely to entertain the request as well, so a trade with the Texans isn't out of the realm of realistic possibility. The one thing to keep in mind about Samuel, however, is his recent inability to stay healthy. In each of the last few seasons, Samuel has missed between 2 and 5 games due to injuries. However, some of the games he has started, he has either not finished or has been less than 100% when on the field. His inability to stay healthy is a big reason why San Francisco would be willing to move him. That, and the fact that he is in the final year of his contract. The idea that Samuel's health is somewhat unpredictable and that he is entering the final year of his contract makes this possible trade seem feasible. But if the Texans have competition, they can't afford to overpay for a player who isn't guaranteed to be on the field every week.